Hello and welcome. The universe celebrates Christ on December 25th. Let's look into some of the scriptures supporting this argument. Before that, we will look at the meaning and the usage of Greek words, brephos and phaidion. Brephos stands for an unborn or a newborn baby. Phaidion stands for different interpretations in different contexts. When Jesus Christ was 80 years old, he was circumcised, and John the Baptist too. And word phaidion was used there, so phaidion stands for 8 days. The same is translated to be a young child, so this interpretation of a few days or few months or a year or so. The scholars are of the opinion that, particularly in Matthew 2, chapter 2, that the wise men visited Jesus Christ when he was a year or old or so. So this gives rise to some toddler's view. Now, in this video, we'll try to establish the fact that the phaidion used there is actually a newborn baby, meaning the wise men visited Christ after few hours of his birth. These two words in combination, brephos and phaidion, were used when the angel appeared to the shepherds in the field. That is in Luke 2, 12th verse, 16th verse, and 17th. The verse 12 is spoken by the angel himself. Verse 16 and 17 by the shepherds. If you carefully observe, the word brephos and phaidion, both of them were used to tell us about a child, baby. Why this usage is the question mark. So, a possibility is that Bethlehem was full of people who came for the census, and there will definitely be few babies, days old or a week old. Now, these two words were used to indicate or for us to understand that the angel led them to the right child by saying, an unborn baby is born and you will recognize him to be your savior. In the 12th verse, the angel is speaking about the brephos, unborn baby. In the 16th verse, shepherds were confirming that the unborn baby that was spoken by the angel is born here. And in the verse 17, shepherds were sharing the gospel that the Savior was born to others, and phaidion was used there. All right. Now, we all agree to the fact that shepherds visited the newborn Jesus Christ. All right. In Greek lexicon, we come across these words brephos, 2:12. And then again you see brephos in 2:16. Immediately after this, you come across phaidion. This tells us the whole story that shepherds visited baby Jesus few hours after his birth. Now, coming to the wise men. When did the wise men visit Jesus Christ? Aorist participle comes to our rescue. This participle when used, indicates two actions that take place one after the other. For example, after the men captured horses, they took them home. So, meaning the men captured horses and took them home. That happens one after the other immediately. Now, let us check the scriptures. Matthew 2:1. Now, when Jesus was born in Bethlehem of Judea, in the days of Herod the king, behold, there came wise men from the east to Jerusalem. This Jonathantos is an aorist participle, and it indicates two different actions happening one after the other. Jesus Christ was born, first action. Wise men entered Jerusalem, second action. So, if wise men entered Jerusalem immediately after Christ's birth, they visited Christ on the same night. After conforming their knowledge with the scriptures of the Jews present in the court of Herod the Great. Now, this here you see Jonathantos, that is aorist participle, that tells us the two things happened immediately, one after the other. Now, the fact is established that the shepherds and the wise men visited Christ on the same day. Scriptures never contradict with each other. Like there are 4 gospels and the same event being retold by one or the other, they should conform with each other, as we all know. Now, the question remains, is it on December 25th? For the invisible things of him from the creation of the world are clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made, even his eternal power and Godhead, so that they were without excuse. Interpretation left to you. Now let's look into the astronomical aspect of this particular video. Now, if you turn to Matthew 2, this speaks about a star. The Greek word used for star is astera, and that could be any astronomical object seen in the night sky. Mr. Rick Larson explicitly proved that star is nothing but the planet Jupiter. The planets that could be seen by the naked sky were often referred to as wandering stars, olden days and even now. Now, this is an ordinary star that is seen in the night sky, and that has to do some extraordinary things. Usually, this king planet passes by very closely within the vicinity of a king star called Regulus every 12 years. This particular occasion, within a span of a year or so, this king planet meets king star thrice. That is called triple conjunction in astronomical terms. The first conjunction happened in September 3 BC, the second in February 2 BC, the third in May 2 BC. And these conjunctions happened in the constellation Leo, the lion. As we know, Jesus Christ is called the Lion of Judah. And the constellation Virgo, the Virgin, immediately follows. And there's a child in the hands of the Virgin, if you carefully observe. And a virgin birth is explained and is only linked to Jesus Christ. nobody else. And if you carefully observe, carefully do the star study, you will find a gospel in it. Of course, nowadays it is corrupted. All right, star study is left to you. Now, in June 2 BC, this Bethlehem star started moving westward. Then the wise men started their journey from the east to the west, that is Bethlehem. Now, this star, after traveling for months, the wise men entered Jerusalem on the day Jesus Christ was born and confirmed their knowledge with that of the Jewish scriptures, and then, led by the star, moved from Jerusalem to Bethlehem. And this star, as we all know, stood still in the night sky of Bethlehem. And if you do the star study, you will get to know that that was on December 25th 2 BC. How can the stars stop or the planets stop? This is explained by retrograde motion. This is exhibited by wandering stars often. Like they change their directions quite opposite. As we are on the moving platform called Earth and those are planets, we appear to see this retrograde motions. We happens to see these things often. Now, can we backtest these facts? Yes. Stargazing apps like Stellarium helps you to find out the night skies of different places in different times of the history. Anytime, any day, any place, the sky map can be seen using the modern technology. The whole universe is witnessing this creator entering his creation, and hence the title, The Universe Celebrates Christ on December 25th. So now, Christ's death is a mission accomplished, and this is so important to the whole of the mankind. We celebrate Christmas and we celebrate his death also. It is not a tragedy but an accomplishment. So when an individual accepts him as his personal savior, it is his or her Christmas. Happy Christmas and a prosperous New Year. Thank you.